Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Tuesday, August the 7th, and this is the market overview. Looking at all the stuff that we look at every single night. And away we go. So, last night, we're looking for a move down off of a possible topping candle. And it didn't happen. Yeah, not the end of the world. Today, up just over 50 points. And, well, it's not a really pretty topping candle. It is the same basic structure as what we had yesterday. Just a fat body. And, yeah, not the end of the world. 50 points. And what has changed? That's the most important question. What has changed? Well, we have more in the heat map area indicating a topping area. Good for the bears. Of course, it's not absolutely precise, as we can see from the past. And what else do we have? We still have the 14-day RSI moving average moving up, along with the stochastics, along with the MACD, along with the MACD histogram. They're not exactly running at a hare's pace. It's more of a tortoise at the moment, which also suggests some possible weakness. We have, thanks to the new recent high today, we have even more negative divergence. Very interesting. Beyond that, we have the CCI going sideways now, not going up. We have the RSI moving down. So, a couple of indications that we are in the topping process. It just needs to start its descent. Maybe that'll be tomorrow, maybe it won't. But I think it is at hand. Would have been nice for it to have been today, but them's the breaks. So daily time frame, except for knowing that we're in a topping area, it is more positive than negative by a certain degree. Just need a few things to turn, and it's all over for whatever size pullback that we're going to get. 60-minute time frame. Last night we were talking about 60-minute screaming and wanting a pullback of some type, that it was overdone. And did we get that today? Absolutely not. And as a matter of fact, it's very interesting because we can see the big move up start happening in the overnight. We noted that in the daily running thread in the overnight session. So not a big surprise going into today. Of course, we only knew that about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But it is what it is. Here's the interesting part. The MACD histogram, or the 14-day RSI moving average, is going sideways now. It has ended its ascent, which last night we were noting was the sole holdout, and it is the most powerful indicator. So, for it to go sideways, excellent for the bears. Excellent. And we have now perfect alignment with the CCI, stochastics, the RSI, the MACD, and the MACD histogram, all pointing down, just like last night, not losing any of their potency, getting more negative divergence in, well, everything. So, is tomorrow the day? Very possible. We won't know until tomorrow, but I think it's coming. I do. SPX, there's not going to be anything really to rehash here. It's the same as the Dow, like it normally is. Same structure, same indicators, same readings. No need to rehash. Moving on to the VIX. Very interesting. Oh yes. Bullish engulfing the real body of the previous candle. Coming even closer to retesting the current floor. I don't know if this is going to count. Well, it's not. It's not going to count as a retest because it didn't touch, but it came oh so close. Beyond that, we still have a definite bottoming area here that it's working on. Small tick down on the CCI, sideways on the 14-day RSI moving average, down on the stochastics, sideways on the RSI, down on the histogram, and down on the MACD. So overall, except for knowing that we're close, more negative than positive, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I don't think it's going to last very long. 60-minute time frame. Aha. We now have really good alignment now, don't we? 14-day RSI moving average starting its ascent. Stochastics moving up, CCI moving up, RSI moving up, histogram moving up, MACD moving up. Notice it takes, a week for the 14-day RSI moving average to make a round trip. Now it's just starting in its ascent. So good sign for the bears? Yes, absolutely. And you could look at this. We were trying to figure this out last night about maybe this is a bull flag. Certainly looks more that way now. Certainly it isn't perfect. We can't really draw trend lines that connect in a meaningful, decisive fashion. But if we just draw a straight line through it, yeah, this could be a bull flag for the VIX. Positive for the bears. TNA. This one's been so interesting. We were talking about it going up, meeting the this trend line that had been meaningful in the past. It gapped above it today, didn't take it out the traditional correct manner by breaking it and closing above it. Instead, just jumped it. And jumping resistance is cheating. So, do I like this? Oh, no. But what else is it? Well, it's an inverse hammer. And it has a gap. Could this be the top of a range? It's possible. Not exactly the right candle for an island reversal or something like that, but it is out of place. So, was not able to break the recent high. And we have more popping in the heat map indicating a problem. 14-day RSI moving average still moving down. CCI still moving up. Stochastic still moving up. RSI going sideways. MACD histogram ticking up. It is more bullish than bearish, but I do think that if this is a reset with the stochastics trying to get to the top, we already have a cross of the fast. We're about to get a cross of the slow. It can either go to the top or it can meet or pass the 14-day and then turn. So we don't know at this moment which it's going to do, but even if it goes to the top, does it have that much room left to go? Not that much room. $60-minute time frame. Look at this. Nice alignment. 14-day RSI moving average. Yep, it is still ticking up, but it is getting really high. It should level out, maybe even get a down tick over the next day or two. And we already have everything else in alignment for the down move, and everything is ticking down. Everything else. Just one little holdout. Very nice setup. Very nice setup. Moving on, UUP, the dollar. Most important chart. Look at that. We had this descending trend line, been so important all of this time. It opened right at it, tried to get below it, couldn't hold it, bounced back up. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Long-term moving averages are taking damage. We do have more negative than positive in the daily chart. We definitely have a bottoming area forming. CCI up, RSI up, everything else down, but getting pretty darn low. How much farther can it go before it has to turn? That is the question. And why not? 60-minute time frame. It's not quite there. We don't have too much in the heat map anymore. It has worked itself off through time. But look at that. 14-day RSI moving average going sideways at the bottom. And everything else climbing. Really good alignment. I mean, if we go back in time, to the 7th. I'm sorry, we knock out the 7th. Look where we were, 14-day RSI moving average. We noted last night the only holdout against pretty much everything else. CCI exempt. But that has now changed. Look at that. Very nice. Going on to Comp Q, the NASDAQ daily time frame. Yeah, bumping its head on the upper Bollinger Band. Definite topping area. Everything except the RSI still moving up, getting pretty darn high. We don't have the greatest angle on the 14-day RSI moving average. CCI very, very high. Is this one overextended? Oh, look at all these gaps we have. Gap, 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 gap. Yep, gap. And all those are going to need to fill at some point. It isn't a pretty inverse hammer, hanging man, gravestone doji, anything like that. Body too fat. But are we too overheated? That is the question. 60-minute time frame. Look at that. 14-day, leveling out at a top. Everything else going down. Negative divergence in a few different places. So, yeah, begging and pleading to go down. 60-minute. And on to Apple. I actually didn't even really look at this one today. Didn't do too bad. Yeah, it was red, spinning top. We do have excessive separation in the short-term moving averages. There is a bubble here. Working on a topping area. Stochastics still moving up. CCI down, 14-day RSI moving average down, RSI down, MACD histogram up. Slightly more positive than negative, and it just by a hair made a new recent high, but we know there is a bubble here. Very interesting. And my read on this is, yes, this has been much better than a lot of things. I think that if the overall market is going to roll over and have a little bit of a pullback or a lot of a pullback, then yeah, this one will be dragged down for a bubble corrective move whenever we get a downtick. And I mean, that's not going to be the end of the world. It's going to be in the high 600 area, meaning 607 or something like that. That would be natural. That would be the major price consensus level just above it. But we'll see. Apple is, maybe everyone will run to Apple once the pullback starts, since Apple should be safe, right? I guess we'll see. Oh, I didn't even look at FXE. Shame on me. We looked at UUP, we didn't look at FXE. A little out of order. And we can see FXE having a little bit of problems with the long-term moving average bar, which we said would most likely happen, since that's where it craps out in the past. So it should crap out here now. But I don't know what that is. I'm going to get rid of it. Beyond that, going higher on just about everything, only the CCI ticking down and the RSI going sideways. Nothing much in the heat map, which is kind of interesting. Just this positioning being rather poor. Making a new recent high, that is a good sign. But I do think that the long-term moving average bar will push it down, at least in the short term. And then we'll see. It definitely is going to take a little bit of damage from this move, but has also in the past. And moving on to GE. Barely, I think that's barely making a new, making a new recent high today. Very micro spinning top. Everything moving up with the exception of the RSI. yeah, more positive than negative, but we have a definite problem area here in the heat map. You can see that the last time that happened, I mean, we got it to a bubble corrective move, and that's all that it needed. Continued on its way. Another bubble corrective move at this point would be appropriate. We'll only take it down into the 2060 area, and then we'll be able to evaluate from there. But yeah, it's actually not terrible. And JP Morgan, the most important bank. Wow. It's another one that I didn't really look at today at all. Is actually able to close above the 200-day moving average. That's a really good sign. Hasn't been good in the past. Can never hold on to it. So now we have to see if it will. If it does, then maybe there is a game changer underway. But big tail at the top. That's not very encouraging at all. You can see that in the past before it craps out. That's a big tail. Could this be like a shooting star? Yeah, I suppose it could. Actually, I guess that's semi-probable. Notice we did not make a new recent high in the MACD histogram. We have more negative divergence, but everything is ticking up. We have more popping in the heat map. Did I call this a heat map? Anyways, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So definite problems. Boy, this one is really a wait and see. Tomorrow's going to be really important for this one. If it gets below the 200-day moving average once again, then we'll know that major problems are here, and it's probably going to crap out some more. Take the market with it. XLF, the financials. Oh, look at that. A nice little gravestone doji here at a new recent high. Very nice. Strong reversal candle. Yeah, it didn't work out on the down SPX last night, but doesn't mean that it's not a valid signal. More building in the heat map. Everything else ticking up. That's not bad. It's not bad, except for this. It's not too bad. 60-minute time frame. Maybe that'll give us some perspective. Yep, just like everything else. 14-day RSI moving average leveling out, ready for a decline, and everything else ticking down. Just screaming for a down move. And what do we have here? We have the gap that needs to be filled. A couple resistance levels here, here, here. Maybe that can catch it. I guess it'll depend on how the news spins it once it gets underway. You could look at this and say, oh, this is a bull flag. I suppose that's possible, news permitting. But even if you were to get a jump up, I mean, all that's going to do is reset the secondaries and the 14-day RSI moving average for decline the following day, and then have even more negative divergence. So at some point, and I think it's just around the corner, there's going to be a reset of the indicators. And as high as the daily is, yeah, I think that that'll flip the daily as well. But we shall see. We shall see. USO, oil. Yep, another new recent high. 14-day RSI moving average holding high, going sideways. Everything else ticking up. Fire in the Chevron refinery, bumping up oil very nicely today. And that was listed in the daily running thread from like midnight last night. So we knew going into today that was a possibility, and it did play out. What else is there? I think that's going to be about it. Just keep it short tonight. Waiting for the roll, and we shall see. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.